What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Translation. I am Curtis Blair, and I'm here with my co-host, Nick Beam.
What up?
And we have a special guest today from Detroit, Michigan. His name is King Jermaine Jones, serial entrepreneur. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm great. What up, though?
What's good? What's new in your world? The serial entrepreneur, businessman, and mogul. How's it going?
Oh, man, I'm great. I'm doing great. I'm learning to be blessed no matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening, looking at the positives of it.
Definitely,
That's definitely
man.
where I'm at.
I totally understand that, man. Every day is a new challenge. So I'm blessed to be able to have you in our presence, get on your schedule, man. You a hard man to get the nail down, huh?
Oh man, it is a journey. We was talking before we just went on is the schedules, and how people think that once you reach a certain level of success that it's easy now. Nip got a song. He say, "I know to you it looks easy, but this ain't easy. Believe me,
Sir.
And that's a part of it. So just staying busy. I think that's the biggest things, and staying focused, and then learning in that. And just to tie this in with what you were saying about the schedule is staying busy ain't always the best thing to do too.
Amen. Amen.
You gotta learn how to set time aside for certain
for
things.
yourself.
And even my daughter, I have to really be conscious of, spending time with her to where I gotta put my phone down, to where, because Daddy, you always on your phone, and I'm telling her to get off her phone, but if I'm on my phone, they listen to what we doing, not what we saying all the time, So some of those times is just blocked out for spending time with her, and some of those times is blocked out just praying or meditating and working out. Some of those things is real easy to leave those by the wayside.
Amen.
Oh man, I don't need to do that. I need to go to this meeting, or I need to go and do this. But if we leave those by the wayside, then everything else is slow up. Everything else ain't there. So learning that balance, that's literally where I'm at in my whole journey, literally right now. And it ain't easy neither. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm so used to working. You got to think we've been programmed to work with our hands. If you ain't working, you ain't doing nothing. So it's a mental battle for me to sit still, and not do nothing.
Sure.
So that's it's
you feel unproductive when you start sitting still.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I totally agree. Even when I'm watching a basketball game or sports on TV or something like that, I'm sitting on the laptop. I'm always multitasking.
Always.
I'm really not even watching the game. I'm just really on my laptop trying to figure it out. But I mean, I love to applaud you, man, because you're homeschooling. But every time I see you, every time we get together, not all the time, but a lot, your daughter's with you, a beautiful princess, man. I commend you for being a focused and driven and homeschool and doing everything else with your daughter, man. I always applaud fathers in any capacity, because I'm one. I'm a distant dad, but I'm always going flying back and forth. Y'all know me. I'm back and forth to Chicago all the time.
For sure.
Handed out this weekend's baby girl birthday. So it's I commend and I support, and I want to get a group of us together, get all our kids together, and hang out and do some fun things for the kids and introduce them to see what their fathers are doing on a regular basis. So
get them around excellence. It takes a village. It does take a village.
Always.
I mentor one of these programs, and she's actually in the program. It's called an AFP, and when I teach her one thing, sometimes she's not as receptive to it, because you dad, and, you always saying something. You always, you always telling me this and telling me that. But I teach her friends, and now in the program, now they listen, and then they apply the things that they learn, and now she see them do it, like, oh shoot, right. I do need to do that. That is cool. One of the job, they wanted a job, so now they working at the spa, and now she oh shoot, I need to get back up there to work too, because she been working, she been doing it, but she kind of been sliding away from it. So I'm only saying that to say it does take a village, bro. So getting more people together that's on the same wavelength, same mindset is powerful. It helps in so many different ways. That words, it's a word called ineffable. That's it cannot be explained by words. So that's how powerful that is, just being in those type of controlled environments. And I believe that's really where we come from, is, taking a village to raise a child. So I do think we got to get back to it.
That's what we definitely need to get back to. So, like, man, the community is what raised me when I was young. I know, Nick, your grandmother and grandparents were very influential.
Oh, absolutely.
You were young, and we need to get back to policing our own neighborhoods, policing our own communities, and making sure that we don't have to have anybody else come in and tell us how to discipline our kids and give them the right direction. That community has to come back, and I'm a firm believer. I'm trying to figure out ways to integrate that in everything that we do. So,
for sure.
Definitely give us a little bit about your background. You are the owner and CEO of Dr. Fish Spa. Give us a little bit about your background, starting from Detroit and your upbringings, and what shaped and molded you into being an entrepreneur and driven how you are today.
Oh man, that's a long story. I do want to touch on, you talk about policing our own neighborhoods. There's nobody that I know that's out there doing it more than my big homie Zeke out of Detroit with New Era Detroit, and shoot, they got New Era.
Oh, I'm hip to New Era.
Yeah, New Era. They doing their thing. So shout out to Zeke and New Era. Y'all doing y'all thing. I think it's necessary, and they branching out crazy right now.
Right.
But a backstory of me is definitely Detroit, born and raised. And I say that humbly, right? A lot of times people say they from Detroit, they really be from the outskirts and other places. And
Detroit is not like that.
And that's all I mean by it too, because I lived in different places. I stayed out in Bloomfield Hills and stayed out in I stay in Summerlin now, down here in Vegas, and it's different. It's different levels. I get it, but when you come from a different place, it affects you in different ways. And that's the only thing I want to stay true to. And understand that Detroit is different from anywhere else. Everybody got that, and that not to say one is good and one is bad. It's just different. So coming up in that environment, bro, it was a struggle. It was a lot to, when you at a bus stop and the bus stop gets shot up, and now you got to go back to that same bus stop the next day. That's the only way to get to school, the only way to get home. So that takes a certain mentality, kind of delusional. Like, it's almost crazy. You would never, like, logically, I ain't never going back over there. You know, so you got to overcome that logical part to doing what you have to do, and a lot of people don't make it out of that. And I've been blessed to be able to make it out of it. At 2, I was placed in foster care. So, I bounced around from foster cares and boys' homes all the way up to about 10 or 11 or 12, somewhere around there. I got adopted. Once I got adopted, you get adopted into a family where some of them want you, some of them don't. So now you got to learn how to balance that, and how to handle that. On top of why you not with your real family? Where your mama at? Where your daddy at? You know what I'm saying? Why they didn't want you? So learning how to understand that. It was a lot of frustration, so of course, at that time I didn't know how to properly articulate myself, so I resorted to my hands. I know how to do that. So so somebody frustrates you, you revert back to that, and
don't talk too crazy.
That part. So when you go back to that gets you in a lot of trouble too.
Oh, for sure.
So I get kicked out of a lot of schools, and I got kicked out of all Highland Park schools, or one whole school district. But I developed a liking for football, a talent for football, let me say that, and that you can't play football and keep getting kicked out of school. So that's what kind of kept me focused, and from there I learned a lot of discipline. So from that discipline, I was able to make it out of my neighborhood, bro. I made it to college, went to Eastern Michigan first, then went down south to Jackson State University. Shout out to HBCU. But I still had the same mindset, and with that same mindset, I came home and felt like I had to prove my hood card, if it's a thing. My street credibility and whatnot. And with that being said, it put me into a situation where I had to do 5.5 years being incarcerated. So going through that journey, a real transformation took place, a real paradigm shift, to say. They sent me to a place where it was called Ionia, Bellamy Creek. So what this is where in the state of Michigan, if you get in trouble at any other prison or facility, they send you here. So this is where everybody that got in trouble at all the other places go to. Right. Yeah. And they sent me straight there. I'm 19, 20 years old. I'm not supposed to be here.
Your reputation was like that already, G?
Man, I ain't gonna take credit for that, bro. I wasn't ready, But I definitely believe God, the first day, bro, I seen somebody get stabbed. Literally, the very first day I'm in there, dude getting stabbed. I'm thinking they playing. Like, I hate to sound so naive, but I didn't know what was happening. It just looked like dog just hitting them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just playing. Dog just slid down. I said, "Oh my God!"
Wow.
Like this is the environment that I was thrown into. When you talk about Jonas and the belly of the beast, like bro, this is crazy.
Right.
So to be able to survive or to be able to work in that environment is different, you know. And when you came in, I was playing chess with my daughter,
Right.
and I
saw
really
that.
believe that that's what saved my life is playing chess. Playing chess put me at some of the tables with the heads of these organizations, because organizations does run the penitentiary.
Yeah.
So by me being able to play and play good, it kept me out of a lot of the riffraff that from playing cards, gambling, and all of that stuff. But it also helped me build relationships with the heads of these different organizations. They like, who is this young kid that know how to play chess? And he beating this. You know what I'm saying? So it was a mental respect that was developed. And with that mental respect, it helped me. It helped me in ways that I didn't even understand I was being helped at the time. I never knew. Later on, man, guys, when you get those type of relationships, God can't do nothing to you, you know, even if they want to do. So they would go and ask for a knife, but you got to get permission to do that. You know what I'm saying? And when they go get the permission, and they, no, not for him. Yeah, you can't do that to him. You know, and then turn around and ask me what I want to do to handle the situation. So those kind of relationships, it helped me. You know, I think it's nothing but God that protected me and carried me through those times. But some of those relationships I still got to this day too. Some of those guys came home, man, and doing good things. Shout out to Kurt McGirt. You know, he was a YBI, and he's home now and doing his thing up in Detroit. So I was blessed to be able to make it home. Couldn't find a job once I came home, and I went back to school. I went back to school to become a robotics programmer. So I did that. And then I went back to school.
Engineering testing background.
Then I went back to school again and became a robotics engineer. So with the engineering side, I went from working at Ford, Chrysler, and GM to working at Mercedes-Benz and Tesla. You know, it changed the game for me. And I took that money and reinvested. I traveled the world and seen a lot of things and, you know, seen concepts that work, such as the fish spa. And brought that back, you know, brought it back here. I was going to do it in Detroit first, and then I, you know, started doing a lot of research and decided to do it down here in Vegas. So I moved down here in March of 2019, and I opened up March 2019.
You moved out. Now let me ask you this: you moved out specifically for that business? That was the decision. It was like, oh, Vegas is where it's at. I'm gonna take this business on the road to Vegas, not Detroit.
Yeah.
Wow. And what year was this again?
2019.
2019. Where'd you find the idea at? Or where were you inspired from that idea?
The first place I seen it was in Cancun.
Okay.
Me and my girl at the time, we was traveling and seen it. And she like, let's do that. And I'm like, man, I'm not putting my feet in there. Like, you can do that if you want to. I ain't doing it. So we traveled a lot. You know, she was a flight attendant. So we used to travel a lot. So everywhere we seen it, bro, we just kept seeing it and kept seeing it. And then it got to, in Greece, they got full body tanks that come all the way up to your neck.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They're all body, literally. Wow. So, and one thing that was in common, they all had lines wrapped around the corner.
Oh, wow.
So I finally went on and did it, and, you know, then I started looking to how I can invest into it. And I'm like, I want to bring it back. So that's what made me decide to do that.
That's what's up. Another question for you. So, like, for those, or not a question, but more so like for you, an explanation for people that aren't familiar, because surprisingly, people don't really know how that works. So for the viewers that may be watching that have never experienced it before, walk us through how that works. What's the process behind it? Like, what's the purpose of putting your body in a tank full of fish?
Oh man, it's to make it short and sweet. They have a special elixir in their mouth. So it's a big myth. They think that they eat the dead skin. They don't have no teeth, so they don't eat anything, right?
Some people need their feet ate off, though.
Oh, man.
Maybe because probably some piranhas or something.
Right. Hammer time.
But yeah, this is
Shaq feet.
Yeah. Shaq actually did come in too. Shaq actually did the
How
service.
Many fish did it
take? Man, his feet so big, bro. Literally, listen to this, man. He wears size 22 for real.
That's crazy.
Like 22. I wear size 11.
He wear dubs.
Both of his feet is the side of my feet. Like it's crazy, bro. But he actually came in, man, and did the service, bro. changed my life. Like literally changed it, bro. Like it went from I think the year he came in, we was at about, it went from $250,000 to $500,000 that second year.
Wow.
And going into the third year, we touched 1.75.
Wow.
Went viral.
That went crazy. Like he talking about it on his Instagram, talked about it on TNT. It just went crazy. So shout out to the big homie. He changed my life. So I never had nothing bad to say about Shaq.
That's amazing. Shaq's influence is crazy, man. Shaq, he's on every commercial. I mean, he's definitely a serial entrepreneur.
Influence.
He definitely has a big power.
More importantly, though, he a good dude.
Yeah,
he didn't have to come in there. Like he didn't just come to the spot. Like he was in the mall, just walking through the mall, and he was over at the hat store, at the lid store, and there was a big crowd of people all around the store. So I go over there just to be nosy, who is it? And it turned out to be him. And I got to ask, y'all in line or something? What y'all doing? They like, no, we just looking. Man, I went in and, hey, big homie, I got the spot right up across the hall right here and this and that. Initially, I just asked him to take a picture. Like, bro, if you could just come take a picture in front of the business, that'll help a lot. He like, what? You right there? Nah, he like, man, I'm doing it. I'm like, all right, bet. And he came right over. This dude's feet was so big. Both feet couldn't even fit in the tank. He had to sit. He couldn't even sit up on the chair. He had to sit. We had to pull another chair in front of the tanks. 1 foot going to this tank and 1 foot going to the other tank.
That's
crazy, bro. But his influence is
crazy.
For real. But I was talking about the elixir of the fish, and it's a special enzyme that they have in their mouth. It's called diethanol.
Word.
And it's very similar to aloe vera, right? So you break the plant and the alloy comes out. It's a natural healer. It's the exact same thing, but for the ocean. The exact same thing.
Wow.
And that's what heals your feet. That's what makes your feet feel so much better.
Is it a specific fish though? Like,
yes.
What type of fish is it?
Break that down.
It's called the Gara rufa fish.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very important that with this name, because anything of high value, you get the knockoffs. So
not the Petco fish. Right?
Yeah, the chin-chin fish is the knockoff version of the Gara rufa fish.
See, man, they always make a knockoff.
For real, and they don't have teeth when they're young, but when they get older, they develop teeth. You know what I'm saying? They start biting.
Chin.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And that's where it got a bad rap for a minute, but I had to have all of my fish authenticated before they came in, before they enter the country. And then once they here, they get authenticated again, and then they get shipped to me. So
do they breed? Do they mate? Like, can you get?
Yeah, they do, but it takes a certain skill set because they eat their young.
Oh,
yeah. And then they don't send us the females. They send us all males.
Of course not.
Yeah, because
they're smart. They don't want you producing them and
take them out the
selling.
game.
Yeah.
So we working on it, but it's a time.
Like pit bull puppies.
Yeah.
All right.
In the hood, they go reproduce everything.
Yeah, they go find a way to do it. I done found some females though. That's how I know they eat that young, because I done even had some babies and they done ate them.
So you tried it.
It's a for real skill set, but I'm working on it though. I'm working on it for sure.
So when you saying you working on it, you saying like eventually you're going to be in the business of, so like if I wanted to start one, like let's say I wanted to franchise your business.
Sure. Oh, that's coming. Big
we working on that right now, literally right now. So God's willing, next month we should be ready to roll it out. January at the latest. But
Word.
By next month we should be rolling out the franchising aspect to it. And the way I'm going to do it.
No, my bad. Go ahead.
No, one of the ways I'm gonna do it is I'm learning how to produce. That's why I gotta learn how to make them, because I have to be able to produce. We gotta, us as a people too, we gotta learn how to produce more.
Oh, for sure.
And when you producing, now I have a substance or a product that you have to get from me.
Yep.
So now with my franchisees, I source it to them. They can't go outside. Two reasons, because I don't want them getting no chin fish and messing up my brand.
But some people need them chin though, bro.
Nah,
you
can't do that because it affects the brand.
That's fine.
We can't hurt the brand, bro.
We're gonna have a whole different brand, G. We're gonna have the other tanks for the people. Your feet need to get chewed
That's
off.
crazy. You about to have me going to other competitors like, man, you got chin in there? How you know about that?
And the thing is, the chin is cheaper.
Of course it is.
So that's why people goes that route, versus, paying the bag or paying the right official price for the real thing, So we got to raise that bar. But with me producing them, Then they're gonna come through me to get their fish, but also merchandise, products. Like I got my own Dr. Fish Fry products. We got about 6 now. But we're going to be scaling it, moving forward, and they have to come all through the corporate office.
Word, that's fire. That's super fire. And so, like, ultimately, when you're franchising, what is the goal? Like, what do you see Dr. Fish, with the franchise, once it's up and running?
Oh, it's dope. It's all the way up. It has unlimited potential, bro. Unlimited. And when I say unlimited, I mean it significantly, because I'm thinking for everybody in every class. At this point of my life, I've been blessed to be able to see different levels of life. I really come from the gutter. I really come from the mud. Like, people that ain't thinking about putting their fish in their feet in no fish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then I lived in the middle class where I'm programming robots. That's a whole class of people.
For sure.
And that's willing to do certain things. And then I've reached $1 million 7 times over. So I've reached another level, to where what makes them want to do something like that? You know what I'm saying? And then what makes them want to invest into something like that? So I done seen so many different levels of life. So I want to be able to relate to each one of those levels. And I got stuff in the works now with Medicare and Medicaid, bro, where we about to be being able to provide it for free to the seniors.
Wow.
You got Medicaid or Medicare, you gonna be able to do it for free.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I got stuff in the works with getting it on reality shows, in reality shows and making it a household name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got things in the works with expanding on the spa aspect of it, because it's Dr. Fish Spa. The spa is wide open. I got red light therapy in my location right now. That's going therapy. Crazy right now.
People ain't hit the red light.
It ain't gonna work.
It ain't launched it yet.
It ain't launched yet, but I mean, he does have a bunch of stuff behind the scenes going on.
Yep.
So,
I think that's
detox.
I think that's super important, because not to interrupt, but like, you're going into the things, like, we are from Midwest. We Midwest kids, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago. Like,
I'll get shout out to Indianapolis, man. I'll be
Midwest.
I'm from both. I was raised half and half. So I got people say, man, you forget about Indianapolis. I don't forget about you. I love y'all in Indianapolis. I just don't go back.
Yeah, it's interesting though that you say this, is because I think what's awesome about our people, and just anybody that's been from the mud, we all come from that, especially us three. And being
I
all
ain't really
over the
come
world.
from the mud, though. I ain't gonna front, man. I was cool.
Okay. Well, I stand corrected.
I was cool.
I stand corrected.
I had 2 penthouses.
I seen both
cool.
sides.
Yeah.
I seen both sides.
Yeah.
So for me, I've lived all over the country too. Been a couple places in the world, and you really start to become more cultured, and you realize, like, a lot of things, we're at a disadvantage on resources. And when you talk about Dr. Fish Spa, the red light therapy, things of that nature, like, these are things that we need to talk about more. We've always seen the glorification of the party culture,
street
life, just drinking and like depressant drugs and things like that. And it's cool to have conversations about red light therapy and spa treatment and things like that. Sure. So when you say you have these things in the works, just kind of give us a little bit of insight of what else we can expect. So we got Dr. Fish Spa, we got red light therapy. Yeah. You're a serial entrepreneur. What are the things we can look forward to in this up and coming new year?
2026.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of stuff rolled out this year. Right now we still have the detox too. So we got called an array ionic detox. So it's where you put your feet in the water and it pull all the toxins out through the soles of your feet, change the color of the water, and depending on the color,
magnesium soaks and stuff like that too.
All kind of
stuff.
Does
that work as well, trying to detox?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with it, but I do my best to stay really aware of this wellness area right now. This wellness section is going crazy.
For sure.
They said by 2030 it's supposed to be at like 30 billion or
Absolutely.
something like that. Like
it is.
Section is crazy right now. So
yeah, I'm familiar.
Just raising awareness to that wellness section. What else we're going to be doing? All kind of different ways. The red light therapy is like all over. It's different ways you can do it. I want to do like massages, putting massages on there as well too. They got an aqua massage that I'm working on right now. Hydro massage. So what else, bro? Oxygen therapy, that's heavy right now. Chronotherapy, that's real big. So it's a lot of options. A lot of areas. Even with we don't actually clip or paint the nails. So we actually working on that too, working with the Department of Cosmetology to be able to do that as well too.
Word.
So it's a lot of ways that we're going to continue to branch and build this brand out as we go into this franchising sector.
I'm very interested in that because, like I said, I'm familiar, with all the different the wellness movement. I think it's huge, and you got. I use this equipment called a whole cat, and basically you sit in this pod. Not like a sleeping pod, but basically the pod comes up to your neck. So like you sitting there and it's like this big circular pod. Inside of it, you put your feet down to this magnet. It's like this metal plates. And basically it's intense, but it's supposed to help detoxify and do all those different things, regenerate your body. And then you got like this whole process afterward after you use it. I used it once and been meaning to get back to it. I've done sound or like the sound waves or sound baths.
Sound baths.
Yeah, sound baths, sound waves. There's this place, it's actually in Boca Park or Rampart Boca Park area where you sit in a room and it's all these TVs around and they just playing all these different hertz frequencies. And you can actually you sleep or you can meditate in that. In the space, and it's got recliner chairs and stuff. You can stay overnight. So, like, I'm really big into all that stuff, bro. Like,
that's heavy, bro.
So when you say you franchise and you go in that direction, like, I'm super intrigued. Like I said, I'm mad I missed the meeting. I feel like I'm behind eight ball.
We're gonna do another episode where we go visit the fish spa and some of the other ventures as well.
By that time, I'm hoping I could be a part of the franchise tag. When we go visit, that's when we get the keys to the next location or something like that, man.
That's how I gotta be. I think if I don't know if you really realize how rare that is, bro. A lot of people that come from places that we come from, we're not even aware of what hertz is. Or different frequencies. And then how that affects your body. So you like on 10 right now, bro. You talk about you missing something. You above. You passing so many people right now,
Appreciate
bro.
That
just even being on that conversation, it's so heavy right now. Friend of mine, she got the bowls, the sound bowls, to do the sound baths.
Rotate the wand,
all that stuff is necessary, bro, and it affects us in different ways, and we gotta raise our awareness, of these things and how they truly affect us. And we got to do better, with balancing that aspect out. A lot of times we focus so heavy. I was talking about earlier, just staying so busy, focus so heavy on the present of this physical realm. But got to realize that all of this is controlled by something else. You know what I'm saying? It's a higher power.
Yeah, absolutely.
He not down. He's somewhere else controlling this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell me all the time. I just need to go outside and stay in the grass.
Oh, you ground
hug a tree and ground and everything else like that.
Put your feet to the grass.
You move around too much. You need to go ground yourself.
Bro, it's all
people used to clown about hugging a tree. They, like go hug a tree. That's real. You know what I mean? But like the biggest thing, like I think was cool about this, and what I'm very adamant about is making this cool. Like, so I'll tell you real quick. I did last year during Complex Con weekend. I did a Kava, like kind of like a networking event. So if anyone who's watching or if yourself, either one of you are unfamiliar with kava, kava is a root. The Polynesians and Samoans drink it, and they take it and they mix it with water. No, it's not noni. Noni works too. No, noni works too. But kava, they use it to transition from drinking alcohol as like substance abuse.
Right.
So in this particular environment, it gives you like all the buzzes and things like that for about 20 minutes that alcohol would, but it's not a depressant. And it actually it has a lot of positive outcomes to it. And I encourage anybody to research it. But
for sure.
The people that are drinking it aren't deemed cool. And when you really look at how our society is set up, happy hour. Well, a happy hour involves drinking. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind a drink here and there, wine here and there. But like, we don't take pride in these conversations and having the topics be about red light therapy. We don't have, our happy hour isn't talking about cryo or going to a spa. We got to be in these environments because we think it's cool. Mm-hmm. We need to change the narrative and literally talk about these opportunities, but not only just talk about them, like make them cool. That turns into our happy hour where we're in these places uplifting ourselves, doing sound baths and all of the different spot treatments to raise our frequency, because that's the utmost importantly, especially in times now.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's heavy, bro. I think it's imperative that we change that paradigm, man, on so many different levels. I think that what you're talking about is man, so necessary, bro. I can't even get it out as bad as is needed,
mm-hmm.
In these type of conversations. The power that we have to create what's cool, like, it's crazy, bro.
Yep.
Like, and we can really change it. I go and speak in schools, bro, and I ask this question of what a millionaire look like. Bro, you would be flabbergasted if you hearing some of the responses that people, these kids that would say, man. Of course, the rappers, the jury with a bunch of jewelry and all of that. But also, I have one kid a couple of kids told me, like, a guy in all white and all gold. A flying god, bro, an old white man with a 3-piece suit,
right?
All kind of stuff, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's so. What I get out of it is so unreachable.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not touchable. They can't do it. It's beyond.
They don't see their own people in that,
it's beyond their reach.
In that space.
Like, their eyes light up when I tell them that I done reached $1 million 7 times over.
And you look like them.
And look just like them, bro. I done made those mistakes. I done got kicked out of school. I done got kicked out of all the schools. I done did all of those. But I also reached $1 million. And you can go see my store right now.
Yeah.
Like, I take them on field trips to the location, you know what I'm saying? So they can see it and touch it and realize, like, man, I done made $1 million. And I ain't throwing no football.
Nope.
I ain't dribbling no basketball.
That's key right there.
I ain't rapping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't
That's
no studio,
key right there.
and I feel like they got to hear more of that. They got to know that they can do that, and they can do it without playing sports and not being that. Bro, you know, the likeliness of making it to the league is you got a better chance of getting struck by lightning than making it to the league.
Oh, trust me, I'm having this conversation with my son right now. It's very difficult.
Easy, bro.
It's very difficult.
But a lot of times we aspire to do it because that's our only way we know how to make $1 million. But if we could teach them and show them ways to do it in business, you can do that right now. You don't have to wait until you graduate. So one little kid I've been talking to last year, I told him that, I would help invest. I would help invest into one of his business. Do you know I came back this year, this little kid got a whole online business.
That's fire.
He's selling T-shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants. I said, oh my goodness.
Turned him up.
Chill, bro. Like,
turned him up.
That's lit.
It was heavy. And it was like, I was inspired, bro. It hit me a certain kind of way. I got to invest with him now. You know what I'm saying? I got to help him now.
He showed up.
And he showed up. And now he's still growing. He got ideas. And I'm like, what? Like, okay, so if you want to do this, not do this. And at in the 6th grade, so he's, how old is that boy? He about 11 or 12 years old. So, and I'm going to keep working with him. Everybody go hear about him. Because get started at that age, bro, man, he going to be a millionaire before he leave high school. And I'm going to see to it, Like,
he ain't got to ask for permission.
All facts.
And
that's
the
future.
future.
Help his parents. He ain't going to have to ask his parents for some money. He going to be able to,
put some money in their pocket.
All facts.
And that's important too. Like, that's the thing is looking back, reaching back to the youth, because he gonna be able to tell you what's cool when you might not be able to catch it. That's the most important part. There's so many layers of what you're saying, man. And I think that is super important because you hit the nail on the head. You can do this without playing a sport, And I tell my son this all the time. And we were just having this conversation yesterday, and I was telling him how telling Curtis, initially I wanted to be a scientist, bro. I was super still into outer space and all of the tinfoil hat shit that everybody talks about. I'm with all of that. But where I'm from, I went to Glenville High School, and it's named after John Glenn, who is a scientist, but there was no scientists in my neighborhood.
Wow.
There was nobody that made it cool.
I used to live on the street named John Glenn.
Oh, like, for real? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's wild.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. So, like,
there
was
deep.
and I've been to 7 Mile and Washburn, like, in Detroit. So, like, I used to be over there all the time. And, like, we have some of the most talented people, even in the inner cities. but we just need some type of guidance. And what's funny, you talking about the youth, I did a program called Raiders Den through Allegiant Stadium a couple summers ago. And funny, you was talking about what a millionaire looks like, right?
Yeah.
My group that was in there, we turned the whole program up because you had you had music execs, you had entrepreneurs, you had journalists. We was all dressed how we normally dress, and we had suits from the bank of all races. So it's not a color thing, but just suits from Chase, JP Morgan, Bank of America.
Yeah.
And by the time we get finished talking to the group, they're like, wow, man, like what, like how, I rattled off my whole experience and they was intrigued. I didn't think they was going to be that impressed, but when they asked me how I did it, I basically explained like it wasn't as glorious as I painted it. It was more so like I was falling forward, trying to figure it all out. My path was I wanted to be in entertainment because I was influenced by it. We all are. But deep down in my core, I was really into the sciences and stuff like that. I just didn't have the guidance for it. So I went in all these different directions. But kids need to hear that. And they need to hear and see us talk about that more. So the fact that you're doing that is important and incredible. And, not only with your daughter, but you're doing it with the youth. And like, we need to amplify that.
Oh yeah. For sure.
I applaud you for that, brother.
Oh, man, I'm humbled by it, bro. I
gonna
appreciate
take a shot like Nori. But I mean, definitely we gotta applaud that. And there's going to be some teaching moments that's going to be coming out to the masses in 2026. Tell them a little bit about the Millionaire Mindset conference that's going to be popping off.
Oh yeah. So one of the big things I do with once you reach a certain level of success, I realize that a lot of us don't know. So I definitely want to.
We had a lot of those conversations.
About what
we don't know.
Just don't know, literally, and it's no pun intended. You really don't know, and I was at a point too where I don't know, and it's still some things now that I don't know.
Oh, of course, we always
famous quote: "The man who knows something knows that he knows nothing at all." It takes a lot of humility to realize that. But once I reach a certain level, I'm like, I can get this back to somebody. I know some people need to hear this. This all they got to do to do this. I was under the facade that when I make $1 million, bro, I genuinely felt this. I'm going to be on a beach somewhere with a cigar. I'm going to be on a permanent vacation. Permanent. Like literally. You ain't going to be able to tell me nothing.
Just starting.
Literally, not just started. You just got in the game.
Yeah,
it just started.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
You got a baby toe. You got a baby toe in that.
A whole nother $9 million to get before you can even touch a beach.
Bro, man,
feel
listen,
comfortable.
man. I feel like more people need to understand that, man, because a lot of us live in poverty, bro, and we don't even realize that we in poverty.
Majority mindset,
literally,
because you don't know. I mean, that's where you come from.
Don't know. I mean, genuinely in poverty, bro. I know people that have a bridge card, bro, but also have a Louis bag, and you know what I'm saying, and the Gucci bag, and the shoes, and this, and that, but they mattress on the floor, or you know what I'm saying, or they got sheets on their windows. This is true story, bro, and it's not no shots at nobody, because I done came from that. I done came from the air mattress on the floor. You know what I'm saying? I done came from it. So. Forget the air mattress, to make it a pallet on the floor.
That's what society puts out there to us, to be consumers, and that's what our culture is 100% consumers. And if we're not supporting our own brands or supporting our own businesses, then our dollar doesn't circulate within our community, so it goes back out to somebody else. So we continuously, and it amazes me in all capacities how rappers or entertainers or people that are in our community that are in the media or right in front of us are always having somebody else's opulent brand on, but they're not supporting and not pushing forward the narrative. Like once a complex con, it's so many different businesses, clothing brands. I'm just looking around like, man, why do I need to go buy a Gucci or Louis or whatever else like that for? Because we can just support them.
It's definitely,
you know what I'm saying? You can support. I mean, and I'm trying to make a conscious effort. So there's a lot of designers from Chicago, and back in my communities, and I just really, from like even in Indianapolis, I know a bunch of people that have their own clothing brands, and when they have their own clothing brand, I just rather wear their stuff rather than go out and buy me a Louis Vuitton or anything else like that, because you make it cool. If you can't carry yourself in a certain persona, like my swag is my swag, and I do what I do. but I don't need a label to define me. I don't need a Celine on. I don't need a Gucci or a Louis to say, hey, this stamps me as certified of what my pockets look like or what validates me, and it don't.
Most of the time they not even wearing it correctly.
Right.
I'm gonna just be honest. Like I'm not one to judge. To each his own. But I agree with both of you.
You judging right now.
I mean, I like fashion. So like when we did Complex Con or any of these Magic, any of these trade or just fashion weeks, any of these, man, I admire the brands. And like the thing is, when we talk about those houses, there's storylines to those houses. Like Tom Ford worked for Gucci before it was Tom Ford. So like if you really appreciate or love the brand, then you got to be a student of where the brand came from. You know what I'm saying? Like I that's just me. I can't say what everybody else say. When I grew up, it was about brands. I was wearing Rocawear and Academics and Sean John.
Those are community though, so I can say it's a different level of supporting those. In my
it is. It is. But I remember my mother telling me, she was just like, I remember my freshman year in college. She was like, "Look, I'm gonna go take you shopping, and what you want to do is you don't want to get a bunch of shit that's gaudy, and but brands all over. You want some jeans that you can probably wear a few different times and get you a few different tops that you can wear a bunch of different times. Like, I got a bunch of stuff, and then when I got my refund check and all that shit, like I splurged. But
you talking about college money?
Yeah, college money. But
them Pell Grants.
But what she said stuck with me though, because I was rocking certain stuff, but I was conscious of not overly wearing the brand all over me. And eventually as I got older, I started to realize that in the space of enterprise, because it was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna support grassroots local brands or brands that's up and coming, because like you said, we influence the culture. We the ones that make this stuff cool. So we need to choose what we wear wisely and not just get caught up in wearing something and spending all our money on that because somebody else is wearing it. And it doesn't mean you can't like things that other people wear. It just means you can't obsess over it and think that this is the level of cool because you see somebody else wearing it. And then again, like I said, you're not even wearing it the right way. Because if you look at the people that's where it's from and how they wearing it, a lot of them don't wear it the way we wear it. And I ain't saying we got to wear it the way they do, but we be overdoing it. Future said mix and matching the labels, and I'm like, I mean, that's kind of cool until you got Damier print, with the Gucci monogram, and then it just looked tacky. And I see people doing it, and I just don't rock with it. That's just me.
Man, I understand more than you know, bro. I think we have to. I think when you reach a certain level of success, a lot of times people look at. I'm gonna say me. I ain't gonna say them. Nobody else. I'm gonna say me. When I reach a certain level of success, a lot of people don't realize that. Shit, I really didn't know.
Same. We all didn't.
So, and I think once I reached this level, and it's like, man, I get why. They, somebody else that has reached this level of success might not know neither.
Yep.
Like, damn, did they forget, like, man, $5,000 could change my life?
Oh, for sure.
Did they forget $1,000 could change everything? That could feed my whole family for a week. Did they forget this stuff? But once I reached that level, it's like, man, I've also been in a position where I have gave, I have helped. Man. I done help pay car notes. I done help pay for funerals. I done help pay for bonds. I done help pay rents. I done help pay storage fees. I done help pay so much, bro. I can't even count, bro. I done went to pay for groceries. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. And then those same people turn around and steal from me. The exact same people, not somebody else. I'm talking about the exact same people that you help. So it's like I understand they level on a different,
level now. It's a quote. The people that you help the most end up being your enemy.
50 hit the nail on the head. He say, with success comes jealousy, envy, pride, jealousy, envy, entitlement. So a lot of people want the success, but they don't want the jealousy. They want the success, they don't want the entitlement. Man, I done bought a car and somebody be, well, you didn't buy me a Benz.
Like
what?
Like how you? What you do?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you better take this focus and go about your business.
Right. Take this Prius.
So I just feel like a lot of times, man, we really don't know, bro. We don't know, and then we get caught up in our lives too, man. Beyonce got a song. She say, "I got real problems just just like you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, when I first heard it, man, you don't got no problems, man. You
Right.
a billionaire.
No, it get more difficult. Yeah.
Man, I got a new found respect.
More money, more problems, what Biggie said.
Andre 3000 said, if you don't move your feet, then I don't eat. So we like neck to neck.
But
Man,
like,
here's what I have to say.
if you're not buying my records and you're not patroning our music, I mean, shoot, I don't eat.
Yeah.
So we like neck and neck, baby. Go ahead.
Here's what I have to say about that, though. It's unfortunate that it's in our culture because it's a scarcity mindset. You know, we willing to burn the bridge by stealing or doing someone else dirty, you know, for an advancement, you know, for a temporary fix. Yeah, it's a quick fix. And it's like you rather burn the bridge with me than, you know, then look at the bigger picture. And it's the entitlement comes because we're not used to having stuff. You know, a lot of us, not every single one of us.
That's a trauma. That's a trauma.
Yeah, it's absolutely
a trauma in our community, man. When people we don't trust each other, like even to do business and holding people accountable. And then when you hold them accountable, you're gaslighting them or something like that, or you're.
I don't like the word gaslighting.
I don't like it either, but that's what
overused.
they use as a
term, a new term
for you correcting them.
I ain't heard it in a while, but
I mean, those terms are trauma, and it's always a label to something. I don't feel like we always have to have a label. This is moving in a true spirit of growth and empowerment and collaboration. Nice. And you know that's the reason why I work with both of you brothers on a very well capacity. Likewise. Because I'm in some places, people are like, yeah, you're a leader, but at the same time, I follow very well. You know, I don't mind taking a step back and being a fly on the wall and saying and letting somebody and pushing somebody else to the forefront. I'm gonna amplify anybody in any time I can. That's the reason why I got this platform, translation. So you're translating how your background of being, you know, from the mud, also getting in trouble and resurrecting yourself out of those situations and being that rose out of the concrete, man. And you became a millionaire. You became an entrepreneur. You don't clock in to nobody except for yourself. You're running, and then now you're paying it forward by teaching your daughter, teaching the kids in her school, and you're also amplifying that by also starting a conference that's going to be coming down the pipeline to holding entrepreneurs more accountable, giving them the mindset and giving them some of the education that they don't know that's not put into schools. Our school systems they give us the basic education. And that's what you're doing with your daughter. You're teaching her from day one to be an entrepreneur. My daughter, and, you know, bless out to her mom, when she put together a farmer's market, and they had a kid's store. It was a whole section of young entrepreneurs, kids in a farmer's market, basically selling their own products. My daughter had a slime business, and we sold slime. She loves the slime, but she was like, we started selling it. And I'm sitting here like in awe of these. My daughter was 6 at the time, and there was a bunch of entrepreneurs from 5 years old all the way up. I think the age was where you could stop at was 13. And they were all entrepreneurs selling their own products at this market. And those are the things that we need to come instill, because with AI, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have a business. You're going to have a plan because they're going to be trying to replace you when it comes to these major corporations. Oh, yeah. So you're going to have a plan, and we're going to have to barter system with each other. We're going to have to hold our communities more accountable, like we talked about, policing our neighborhoods. Oh, yeah. But we're going to have to start circulating that dollar back around in our communities to make sure that, you know, we have a sustainable ecosystem going forward. Agreed. Unless we're gonna end up in Africa. Man,
it's a lot of power.
Same rules apply.
Power over there, though. It's a lot going on over there. But I think
we're working on something in Ghana. Shout out to John Hardy. He the one lighting up a friend of mine named John Hardy. He enlightened me about what's going on in Ghana, and I mean, and he's like, man, Kurt, we got to hit the Ghana. We got to get to Ghana.
Got to. It's a lot of moves, heavy moves going on.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, I went to Dubai, bro, and in Dubai, I'm a big advocate for travel, man.
Sure, you got to see the world.
Debunk the notion of you got to have money to travel, man. That's God's willing in the future. I'm gonna start a business trying to debunk that, man, because they got to be able to see that they can do it, you know, because you got to take this notion off that, man. Right now, Carnival Cruise got a special going on to Africa for less than $1,000. You can go to Africa for 10 days for less than $1,000. So a lot of times you got free food, room and board. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to worry about nothing. And a lot of times people think you need all of this money to travel. We got to let that go, man. Just get out. Just get out and just go. I ended up staying for over a month, bro. I went to Paris and went there a couple times, actually. Went to Egypt, went to Dubai, and just, you know, I brought that up though off the investment aspect because they got a thing over there now. A lot of people don't know that Dubai was built off of 70% of Dubai was built off of outside investors. I didn't know that. I thought that it was like some oil money. These boys got all this money over there and they don't know what to do with it and they building their own utopia over there. But no, they took outside money. And the way they was able to do it is the same way they're doing with these phones, right? You buy $1,000 phone, but you only spending $10 a month, $20 a month.
Oh, wow.
So they're letting you invest hundreds of thousands of dollars by only paying $1,000 a month.
Crowdfunding.
$2,000 a month.
It's crowdfunding.
They changing the game. I said, what? And look, they don't ask where the money come from. You don't got to show no tax returns. You don't got to show nothing of where you got the money from or nothing.
Yeah, it's investing in the interest.
Communities need to hear this, man. Because once you reach a certain level of success in the hood, you can't even spend it. Because once you spend it, it's a red flag. You can't even put it in the bank. Me, go get this nigga.
That 9,000.
Yeah.
900.
Oh, no, it's less than that now, bro. I think they put at 5,000 now.
What?
You can't even deposit.
They red flag?
Yes. More than $5,000 in the bank is red. Yes, cash is getting red flag. So I think this kind of information, it's not even to support any of that. Like one of the biggest things with Big Meech and what he was able to do, I believe what this brother was able to do was he took a product and, well, let's just say, I'm saying a product consciously, and he took it to other states and other places and helped put people on. And now they went and hustled and worked and they flipped it. Let's replace that product and give it another product. Instead of this product, give them a franchise. You know what I'm saying? Take this franchise, flip that.
Flip that,
Take this water bottle, flip that, put your own label on there. Put your own name on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same concept, bro. We just got to travel, literally, right? We got to just take the same approach, bro. And that's what, what the brother was talking about with the conference. I started in Detroit, man. I did it a couple years in a row. It's called the Millionaire Mindset Movement. The millionaire is really just the low-hanging fruit, the carrot to grab people's attention, but it all starts from the mindset, and I give the mindset. That's what I'm talking about. The whole time is developing the right mindset, working together, collaborations, being vulnerable. You don't gotta have your chest out, man. You don't gotta have it all figured out all the time.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, and I know,
like you said, fail forward.
A lot of times these people, they don't even have the money, bro. They not even in. They present like they doing this and that, and they really struggling for real.
That's what C. Blair and Associates is for.
The person right next to you, literally, can help you. Can change your life.
If you be honest,
you gotta be honest.
You gotta be transparent. You gotta be transparent.
Ego,
ego. Yes, you gotta be able to let it go. It's in the Bible it say the meek shall inherit the earth,
meek
right?
Earth.
But when I just learned what meek mean, bro, and I've been going to church since I was a kid, off and on, give or take here and there. Meek is when I know I can whip somebody, but I still ball out. You know what? You right, man. I don't want no problems, bro.
That's the bigger man.
Literally, right? Because there was a time where I have to show you I can beat you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's only so many times before that catch up with you.
Oh, for sure.
You ain't going to be able to beat everybody. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody out there that's going to get you.
Or they'll collectively gather up on you and try to take you out. You just build them more enemies. Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
All facts, man. So I just feel like we got to teach that, and that it's okay to be humble, bro. It's okay to be vulnerable. And once you do that, you're really growing from that.
It's real.
That's how you real grow. That's how you really grow. And you do it through collaborations, too, because now you're vulnerable.
Absolutely.
Now he can relate to me a little better. I can relate to him,
Yeah.
and we can build together now.
For sure.
And then it creates a whole ecosystem or a whole harmony or a whole energy.
The association
keeps growing. That's literally all facts.
So King, where are the dates for the conference, and where can we find information on the conference?
Yes, for sure. So right now we got a website. It's called the Millionaire Wealth Mindset Conference. So the website is the MWMC.com. All right. So the Millionaire Wealth Mindset Conference is going to be in January the 18th. We got at the Thomas and Mack here in Las Vegas.
Big venue.
It's the biggest here next to the Legion Stadium. It's the biggest venue, in the city. It's crazy.
Tickets on sale now.
Tickets on sale literally right now. We on Eventbrite. We getting back up on UNLV. We just switched it, so we scaling,
Exactly.
It's important that we create a platform where everybody can eat. A lot of people in our communities, when we do something, it don't be big enough for everybody to eat, so that stops us from working together, because now you got too much and I want to take some of yours. This type of platform, it's enough for everybody. A lot of times we talk about the crab in the barrel mentality, but we don't realize that crabs ain't supposed to be in a barrel.
Nope.
Why don't nobody talk about that? Where the barrel come from?
Who put the barrel there?
Who put us in the barrel? Let's talk about that. Let's get a bigger
another episode though.
Because that can keep going though, literally, bro.
Because
nobody talks about that part, bro, at all, man. So I really want to bring awareness to that, man. And with this type of venue, is setting a platform to. Is bigger than, it's taking us out the barrel. Now we all can eat. I don't got to worry about somebody trying to pull down or trying to get me or trying to pull from me or me trying to pull from them. 18,000 people, bro. Sure. If you can't eat off of that, man, you need to go sit down somewhere.
Several seats.
Well, King, we want to thank you for coming out. Where can they find you? I mean, we want to support. We're going social media platform, but also where you can find your business here in Las Vegas, Nevada, to support you.
Oh, for sure. It's drfishspa.com. We at Planet Hollywood, inside the Miracle Mile shops, inside of Planet Hollywood.
His brothers in the Miracle Mile shops in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Heavy,
Planet Hollywood, big time, bro.
It's heavy, bro. So all the social media outlets is Dr. Fish Spa. I got a few other ventures that I'm rolling out really soon, man. So I'm excited about it.
Like, so that's another episode.
Yeah, for sure. Carriages, royal carriages, the whole nine. So water bottle line, I got an event space, so many things, going on here, but stay tuned with Dr. Fishbar. A lot of the avenues is going to be coming through there. So I'm gonna bring awareness through some of the other concepts through that platform. So stay tuned in with that. Stay tuned in with the Millionaire Wealth Mindset Conference. Sure. That's going to be real big, man. Monumental. We tied in with King Week this year, with the Martin Luther King Parade. So we're going to be the day before the parade. So y'all go come get your mind right. A lot of things people forget about Martin Luther King is that before he passed, he was talking about getting your money right. He was talking about that boycotting, man, controlling your dollar, the power of the dollar. This is the kind of things he was talking about before he, got up out of here. So this is what we want to bring awareness back to. We got to talk about these hard conversations of the dollar. Even myself, I had to be humble enough because no matter where you at, you're going to have ups and downs. So I had to be humble about my position. I went through some downs too. I done made millions of dollars, but I also had to go through some downs. So I'm going to tell people about the whole journey, and how they can prevent, from going through some of those. And even if they do have to go through them, they know how to get out of them next time, So that's what it's about, So make sure everybody stay tuned in with the Millionaire Wealth Mindset Conference. And if y'all want to be a part of it, definitely click on the vendors, links, partnerships. We there. So and we're trying to connect with whoever want to connect. So let's make it happen.
That's beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Well, definitely, man, thank you for coming out to another translation. King definitely translated his story to us, and he's going to be able to translate it to the communities out here. I am Curtis Blair with my co-host,
Nick Beam.
Man, thank you. Have a good day. Stay solid.
Stay solid.